The silver thimble arrived at Elara Vance's antique textile restoration studio. Wrapped in faded velvet, it was exquisite. Victorian, intricately engraved, with swirling vines and tiny, perfect forget-me knots. But the moment Elara slid it onto her finger, a jolt went through her, not pain, but a sudden intrusive memory. The scent of lavender and lamp oil, the ache of cramped fingers and a profound gnawing hollow beneath her ribs. The client's note was brief. Found in attic, family heirloom. Please clean, Sanjam Finch. Elara dismissed the sensation. Antique objects often held echoes. She placed the thimble on a workbench beside a fragile 19th century morning show. She was painstakingly restoring. That night, she woke with a start. Moonlight streamed through the studio window, illuminating her workbench. The thimble gleamed, and the shawl. It looked different. New, intricate stitches, impossibly fine spider web, lace and shimmering silver thread, now adorned. Previously damaged corner, stitches and Elara knew she hadn't made. They were breathtaking, but they radiated a deep, melancholic beauty that made her chest tighten. The next morning, Elara examined the new lace. It was flawless, woven with a thread she didn't possess. Beneath her magnifier, the silver strands seemed to pulse faintly as she touched the thimble. Another wave hit her, the image of a woman's hands, pale and trembling, working by candlelight, tears silently tracking down her cheeks. Annam surface, Elara. Research yielded little on Elara Finch, but local archives mentioned Miss Elara Vance, no relation to Elara. Renowned but reclusive, Victorian. Embroiderer known for her spirit lace. Pieces so fine they seemed woven from moonlight and sorrow. She'd vanished in 1888, leaving her final, legendary piece, the Midnight Requiem shawl, unfinished. Gossip hinted at African engagement, and a descent into reclusive madness. Elara looked at the morning shawl. Her bench. Could this be the shawl? And the thimble, Elara's tool? The phenomenon escalated subtly. Elara found herself drawn to the thimble. Her fingers itching to stitch, even when exhausted. Once, waking from a nap in her studio chair, she found a tiny, perfect silver rose embroidered onto the cuff of her blouse, a design matching the thimble lace. Engraving, she hadn't done it. The thread was the same unearthly silver. Panic fled. The thimble wasn't just haunted, it was compulsive. It was using her. She tried locking it away. In the morning, it sat back on her bench, the hollow ache beneath her ribs. Elara's ache grew stronger when separated from it. The phantom scent of lavender and lamp oil became constant. Then came the dreams, vivid wrenching scenes of Elara stitching alone in a cold dark room. Her heartbreak a physical weight. Elara saw the unfinished Midnight Requiem shawl spread before the ghostly Elara, gaping ragged hole at its center where the final motif should be. A forget-me-not custom matching the thimble's engraving. Elara spectral needle hovered trembling, unable to complete it. The despair was suffocating. Elara awoke with a gasp. Her own fingers cramped as if she'd been stitching all night. On her palm, a single tiny silver stitch had appeared, anchoring a loose thread of the same impossible silver. It didn't third, but it felt alien. Cold, the thimble sat on her nightstand, gleaming accusingly. Elara was just trapped in the thimble. Her unfinished masterpiece, her unresolved grief, had fused with it. The thimble sought a hand, to complete the work she couldn't finish in life. It was stitching itself into Elara, using her life force as thread, driven by fear and a strange, empathetic desperation. Elara brought the thimble and the shawl to her bench. She slid the thimble on. The compulsion surged. An irresistible pull towards the shawl shrugged. Center, her hand moved, without her conscious command, picking up a fine needle. But Elara faltered. She focused not on the needle, but on the memory embedded in the silver. Elara shipwreck, not just for her lost love, but for her lost art, her final, unfinished testament. Now Elara whispered, her voice strained against the thimble's will. Not like this, not forced. She poured her own understanding into the mental connection, the respect for the craft, the shared burden of creation, the horror of being used. Let me help you finish it, not for him, for you. The compulsion faltered. The image of Spectral Elara flickered in Elara's mind, her tear-streaked face turning towards her, filled with confusion and a dawning desperate hope, the hollow ache beneath Elara's shriveled pulse, sharing space with Eleanor. Centuries old sorrow. Slowly, deliberately, Elara picked up the needle herself. She didn't fight the thimble's guidance entirely. She let it. She selected a spool of fine, ordinary silver thread. Her own choice. She positioned the needle over the gaping hole in the midnight requiem shawl. The thimble hummed on her finger, warm now, not cold. Eleanor's presence felt less like an invader and more like a collaboration. Leaning over her shoulder, breath held. Elara took a deep breath. For Eleanor, she murmured. She began to stitch. It wasn't her hand alone, nor Eleanor's choice. It was a fusion. Elara's skill made Eleanor's profound, trapped artistry. The stitches flowed. Not the unearthly spider silk of before, but a tangible, beautiful silver lace, still imbued with melancholy, but now also with resolution. Elara felt each pull of the thread resonate through the thimble, not draining her, but connecting her to Eleanor's final act. She felt the ghost's focused intensity, her fading sorrow, and a burgeoning sense of release with every completed knot. The hollow ache beneath Elara's shrieks lessened with each stitch, replaced by a shared, bittersweet exhaustion. El's blurred, don't pinch the studio windows. When Elara tied off the final knot, the forget-me not cluster was complete. A masterpiece of silver lay shimmering in the pale light. It was beautiful, heavy with the weight of grief, finally given form and finished. A sigh filled the room, soft as silk unraveling. The Finch scent of lavender bloomed one last time, pure and sweet, then faded. The thimble on Elara's finger cord then grew warm again. The compulsive pull vanished entirely, replaced by a profound stillness. The tiny silver stitch on Elara's palm dissolved like smoke, leaving unmarred skin. Eleanor's presence was gone, not banished, but fulfilled. The midnight requiem surely complete, no longer a vessel for trapped anguish, but a testament to artistry and closure. The silver thimble remained, resting lightly on Elara's finger. It felt inert, just a beautifully crafted antique. Elara returned the shawl and the theme. To Finch, she included a note, omitting the supernatural, simply stating the thimble belonged with the shawl, as both were precious pieces of Elara Vance's legacy. She kept the tiny silver rose on her cuff, a reminder. Sometimes, late at night when working on a difficult piece, Elara feels a gentle nudge of inspiration, a fleeting warmth on her stitching hand, and catches the faintest, clean scent of lavender on the air. Not ointment, not a compulsion, just a whisper of gratitude from one artist to another, across the veil of time. Their connection stitch, it not with ghostly silver, but with the shared, enduring thread of creation. The thimble, she heard, sits in a glass case beside the completed midnight requiem shawl. Visitors say it looks peaceful, and on very still days, they swear the tiny silver forget-me-nots etched on its surface seem to gleam just a little brighter.